Hello Taurus, welcome to your mid-March reading. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Please make sure you check all your placements to get a clear picture of what's going on for you at this time. Now, as always, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate for all of you. Please take the bits that resonate and leave the rest behind for somebody else. A little disclaimer, I have been nursing a terrible flu over the last 1 week, which is why I sound like this. So I do apologize. All right, I'm starting off with a few oracle cards just to get an overview of what it is that you could be dealing with, and then we will move on to your tarot. Pallas Athena, beautiful card. All right, let's get you a wisdom of the oracle. Wisdom of the Oracle deck has been a little moody today. I can't figure it out. I've cleansed these cards thoroughly. We have to be fair. Libra energy. Nice. And finally, let's get you a Moonology. Clear your mind. Last quarter moon in Gemini. All right, let's talk about these real quick, and then we will move on to your tarot. With Pallas Athena, think. So, Pallas Athena, this is a card of wisdom. It asks you to tap into that cerebral power that we're all born with. Now, Athena was the goddess of wisdom and intellect and strategy, and her father was Zeus. Not many people know this. But Athena was very powerful in terms of she could beat anyone at their own game because she was so wise. And she challenged anybody to never underestimate her because she was brilliant. I feel like now is the time to tap into that mental prowess. Tap into your talents. Understand how your brain works, whether you're left-brained or you're right-brained, and what it is that you need to develop within yourself. What skills and what craft and what genius lies within you that you can use to your advantage. On the flip side, sometimes this card can suggest that one shouldn't overdo intellectual defenses. It can talk about making sure that your intelligence and ability to rationalize doesn't cause more problems than it solves. You know, because sometimes when we have way too much wisdom, we can come about as a know-it-all, you know, and I do this a lot. My Gemini, my Venus is in Gemini, so I always, and so is my Mercury, so I always want to kind of know tidbits about every single thing on the planet, so I have something to talk about, you know. So that can be it can take us away from emotional intelligence, if that makes sense. So I feel like this being air energy, you being earth, and me talking about emotional intelligence, I feel like you need to balance all the elements in your chart right now. You need to balance practicality, you need to balance emotion, love, and you need to balance wisdom. Now, when it comes to be fair, this is a beautiful card that talks about balance. It's Libra energy, like I said. It talks about justice and mutual benefit, whatever it is that you're dealing with, whoever it is you're dealing with. Sorry about the honking. And it also talks about the law of cause and effect. This card says that you reap what you sow. And I feel like there's always an oscillation between doing and being. And I read this somewhere. I'm sorry, I need to take a break. Someone's honking really loudly. Sorry about that, I can't handle noise. Anyway, so I was saying, I read this somewhere that you're a human being, not a human doing. You know, and that struck a chord with me. And it made me realize that sometimes we're always scrambling to, well, balance the scales, to get justice, to do the right thing, to be fair, not realizing that there is a higher power that is orchestrating most of this. I'm not saying, you know, just throw your hands up in the air and just be like, okay, whatever, you know, I'm going to go with the flow. We do create our own reality. I do believe that. But sometimes when a situation is out of your hands, when you feel like you don't have too much control, it is all right to just be. And if you're not content with where you are right now, you need to remember that all experiences have their place and they're happening to you for a reason. So accept them without judgment and trust that the universe will adjust everything in perfect balance. Now, your moonology, clear your mind, which is again very interesting to me considering you have Pallas Athena. I did tell you to balance heart, head, and practicality. So we will see what this could be regarding, but I feel like a few of you may need to take out some time to do a little breath work and to meditate. There's a lot of mental air energy. We have Libra, we have air energy here with Pallas Athena, and we have Gemini. That's a lot of mental energy. So we will see. If you can hear screaming in the background, there's construction happening, and the construction workers, whoops, are louder than the actual construction. But anyway, okay. Okay, that flipped. 4 of Wands. Okay, that's a lot of cards, but I will have to take them. We have the Knight of Cups, 10 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, and the Star. Lovely. I will pull more clarifiers, but I want to skim over this first. With the 4 of Wands, this talks about emotional fulfillment in terms of achieving something. This could be the halfway to marriage card. It could be leveling up a relationship. It could be just reaching a personal goal, something that you've been working towards and finally celebrating the completion of it. We will see what this could be regarding. We have the Knight of Cups, which is an offer. I'm not going to bring career into this because, I mean, the Knight of Cups is somebody who comes about with a cup of love. And this is water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. With the 10 of Wands, fire energy, we have you feeling overburdened, you feeling like you've been carrying way too much weight for way too long. And I say this very often, excuse me, every single wand in the 10 of Wands is a skill that you have accumulated. It is a talent that you have accumulated in that arduous journey that you have undertaken. Whatever it is that you have gone through that has been difficult for you, whether this was your career or love life, whatever, there have been nuggets of wisdom that you have gained and lessons that you have learned. So I wouldn't dismiss the 10 of Wands very freely. It's a beautiful energy. With the 5 of Pentacles under the 4 of Wands, even though Pentacles are earth, I'm getting a very mental energy from this, especially keeping your oracle cards in mind. There may have been a loss that you suffered, again, whether this was financially or it was emotionally, but you felt you were in that mentality of lack. If you see on the card here, these people are sitting outside, right? But there is a window, and this looks to be a church. There is warmth inside, there's light inside. They can easily walk in. A church would never deny them entry, but they're choosing to stay outside. And only one quote, which all of us have heard time and time again in our lives, is God only helps those who help themselves. You need to help yourself and get yourself out of this energy, because the universe will never keep you at bay. The universe will never abandon you, because you can never abandon yourself. Your spirit, your soul can never abandon itself. It's a part of you. The minute we start giving our power away to somebody external to us is when we give them the power to break our hearts and to abandon us. Think about that for a minute. Once you're comfortable in your own skin and you don't give power to those relationships, all relationships are variables. Whether they're relationships with parents or they're relationships with friends or with lovers, whatever it may be, people come and go, right? You're born alone, you die alone. So if you maintain that inner strength and that inner power, you will never be in the Five of Pentacles energy. I truly believe that. With the Four of Wands, this has to do with some sort of commitment. I'm not sure if this was in your past or this is something that you're currently going through, but it is affecting your energy. With the Nine of Pentacles, this is exactly what I said. It does talk about financial independence, but to an extent, it also talks about emotional independence. It talks about being whole and complete within yourself. And only when you are whole and complete within yourself is when you get the 10th pentacle. It's almost like you don't want it, but you get it anyway, you know. So this is not an easy energy to accomplish. There's a lot of hard work that goes into achieving the Nine of Pentacles energy. Now, over time, the Nine of Pentacles has been modernized into being a card of someone being single, you know. So this could apply to a few of you. It could mean that after whatever this was that transpired here, I only have 2 cards, I can't say much yet, but I feel like you are finally celebrating almost your independence. We do have the Knight of Cups, and I feel like once you step into this pre-Empress energy, because the Nine of Pentacles is a pre-Empress card, is when I feel like the doors start opening and people start seeing your worth, because you see your worth. You know what I mean? With the Star card, there is healing here, and it's interesting how it's right under the 10 of Wands. I feel like this To Be Fair card is asking you to be fair to yourself. It's asking you to realize like all the toil and labor that you've put into whatever the situation is. You deserve to heal. You deserve to take a break. You deserve to rest. There has been a lot of mental conflict. I don't have any 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords energy, 8 of Swords, none of that, but I feel it. I feel it. Let's see. Almost dropped a card. What did I just say? I don't see the 9 of Swords or the 10 of Swords, but I feel it because it was there. It's been there. This pain, this mental kind of almost overthinking. And like the 10 of Wands, the 10 of Swords is also an accumulation of not talent in this case, but thoughts. You don't need 10 swords to kill a man, Taurus. You can kill a man with 1, you know. So this is something that's been overdone. There's been overthinking in regards to something, and particularly a relationship for you. So let's see. Nice. You remember what I said, when you realize your own worth is when others do as well. You start mirroring, right? So this Ace of Pentacles is an offer, and the Knight of Cups on his own can be very wishy-washy. Not in and out, but wishy-washy. Like, oh my God, there's love and hearts everywhere. You know what I mean? It's a very watery energy. But with the Ace of Pentacles smack dab in the middle here, it's solid. It is foundational. It is something that is permanent. It needs to be nurtured, of course, but it almost adds weight to whatever offer this is coming about. Strength, Leo energy, nice. Strength can mean a couple of things. It could mean holding back. Maybe some of you are holding back from love. Now, I don't get career here, and I can't make things up, right? So if you're here for career, I truly apologize. The Strength card could talk about you holding back from dating. It could talk about you holding back from love regardless, because of everything that you've been through. And fair enough, to be fair, you know, I get it. Some of you may even be focusing all of that healing and love inward right now, and I think that is incredibly mature of you. The Strength card talks about unconditional love for self. So whether that love for self is stemming from the fear of being vulnerable, or it is stemming from just knowing your self-worth, regardless, I celebrate you for it, because till you nurture your own spirit and soul, the scales will never be balanced. You know what I mean? Knight of Pentacles. Wow, there is someone who is very persistent around you. I don't know if this is a past energy. or a future energy, but we have a lot of earth happening. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This Knight, remember I said the Knight of Cups on his own can be very dreamy and not very foundational. The Knight of Pentacles is anything but dreamy. The Knight of Pentacles is someone who comes in very slow, and the Knight of Pentacles is the one who carries the Ace of Pentacles. So this offer is laced with love as well as practicality. I have been asking you to balance heart and head. I've been asking you to balance intellect and emotion. And I feel like whoever this person is coming with that exact balance. My God, your reading is so cohesive. It's blowing my mind. This offer, whatever it is, may come in slow, but the Knight of Pentacles is the only knight who stays. Okay. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Work needs to be done here. There needs to be, we have Wheel of Fortune, bottom of the deck. I'm going to place this right here. Oh my goodness. And the Ace of Cups. And we have the Nine of Wands. So yeah, okay, I get this. Some of you may be putting a guard up. You may be putting a wall up. My God, 2 aces and 2 knights with corresponding suits. Taurus, that is insane energy. All right. Work needs to be done. That strength needs to be regained. I still don't know, and I cannot tell you. I will not make things up. I don't know if this is a past energy or a future energy, but trust your intuition when it comes to this. You need to be able to clear your mind. Clear your mind in order to receive all of this beautiful energy. There's a lot of love and a lot of balance coming in. But if you're not ready, you're just going to repeat the past. History is just going to repeat itself because you're going to bring the same patterns in, knowingly or unknowingly. We never intentionally want to sabotage our relationships, but sometimes our subconscious mind is so hardly wired into the past, it can't help itself. There is an energy of transformation when it comes to your intellect and your logical side. Pallas Athena being smack dab in the middle, it's almost like you need to rewire how you look at relationships and rewire what you expect from them in order to be able to receive something that is truly worth your time. Okay. Now I have got a new deck, and I can't shuffle it. There's no possible way I can. So I'm just going to do this. We have Cain. Pay attention to your health. Absolutely. We do have the Star card and we have Clear Your Mind. I think this does talk about mental health. And if any of you are recovering from a physical ailment, get well soon. Make sure you're taking your medicines and make sure you're getting the right advice. Time to go out and have fun. Absolutely. Once you have recovered, recuperated from whatever mental or physical anguish that it is that you've been going through, treat yourself. And the grapes remind me of wine. Go have a drink. All right, next we have June, Gemini. Heavy Gemini energy here. Some of you may be on the Taurus Gemini cusp. Something significant may be happening in June for you. Some of you may just be dealing with someone born in June. All right, last card, Grasshopper. Situations in the balance that require careful handling. How appropriate is this card for you? To be fair, be careful with your mind and your heart. Make sure they are in complete balance and they speak to each other in harmony. Because if one overtakes the other, that is when chaos ensues. All right. Lovely reading, Taurus. I hope this helped you guys. Please enjoy the rest of March. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.